Teams up with all his buddies. He hasn't been a good champion.
Hey, let's go.
Fancy seeing you here.
Oh, yeah.
Ryan, right? Ryan.
Yeah.
Ryan. Ryan.
I've been called worse.
Oh, what that's happening? I remember your podcast.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. You want to hear some of that smart news now?
You've been such a good champion.
Oh, yeah. How the tables turn, huh? What we doing today, boys? I was expecting to see you here.
We were
We
going to
didn't
do
expect
one
to
of
see you here at our job.
your matches at tonight on the show.
Yeah. We're going to watch one of your matches tonight on
we
the
were going
show.
to watch one of your matches.
Which one?
Whatever Tiny Brian has planned for us.
The one with the Devils.
Me on my dog, Brian.
That sounds like a good one. He did
The one that you won?
Yeah.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Very conclusion to see him. Someone's ass always ended up kicked in it, won't they?
I actually had it.
Which is another reason you should watch that smart move, kid. Just saying.
Heard. Yes, sir.
Anyway,
Thank you, champion.
once you've done reviewing the past, you should look towards the future. You know we're back tomorrow.
Yeah.
Homecoming, we're back, right? And then, Saturday, the Appalachian Arena in Pikeville.
Oh, yeah.
You know what, okay, there's some inside info. You know what Al Snow has done?
I have no idea.
He's basically committed a crime. He's going to lock 5 victims in there, in a cage, with me and my boys. You tell me how that ends without someone going to the infirmary or the crematorium. That won't be us, you know.
I'm sure it will be you guys.
Yes.
The revolution's so good. Love the revolution.
Yeah.
Oh, you're such a
Viva the revolution.
Just not a man. Well, I hope you enjoy reviewing how a real man does things.
Oh, yeah, we sure
I
will.
don't mind this. I would like to say it's good to see you, but that would be dull. I'm going to go and get my whiskey.
Okay.
You make it a barrel now. I know you guys are around here, you know.
Okay, yeah, sure.
Have a great day.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Where's my whiskey? Whiskey!
Good cover.
Thanks.
All right. So, start
Welcome to episode 18 of the OVW Fan Zone Live. This is where fans talk back. My name is Jack Oaks.
I'm still Brian Hines.
Tomorrow's OVW homecoming, and we will be returning to Hot Point Davis Arena tomorrow.
That's the word on the street, kids.
Saturday is the biggest event in the history of OVW. What's it called?
Wrestling promotions say that a lot.
No. You know who's not a wrestling promoter? Me, Jack Oaks.
That is true.
This is the biggest event in the history of Ohio Valley Wrestling. Brian Hines, talk dirty to me. What's it called?
Fight Night.
Where is it at?
Pikeville.
Where, more specifically?
Appalachian Wireless Arena.
On what day? Saturday, the
Day after Friday. The 31st
of
August.
perfect. On Saturday, the 31st of August in Pikeville at Appalachian Wireless Arena, you too can be in attendance at the biggest night of Ohio Valley Wrestling. We are all looking forward to that night. We are going to be there in Pikeville in strong numbers. I know all of the wrestlers are looking forward to it. Even in the short conversations that we've had around the Ohio Valley Wrestling in the past week or so, you can tell that there's a palpable what's the word I'm looking for? Excitement.
Sense of electricity.
A sense of electricity. I love that. There's a sense of electricity inside and outside of Ohio Valley Wrestling as we lead up to Fight Night at Appalachian Wireless Arena in Pikeville, Kentucky. Tiny Brian, what else do we have going on? Well, no. First off, introduce yourself, Tiny Brian. Say hello.
I mean, I almost never introduce myself, but I am Tiny Brian. I'm your producer. I am sitting here next to Malachi P.S. Woodard, your studio engineer. And we do have, I believe you guys agreed to, I had to kind of scramble. You agreed to do a watch along with, specifically with Crixus.
Yes. Yeah.
Crixus did come through. We thought we were going to have him here on the show, but he is actually in the far corner of our office. If you listen close, you may actually be able to hear him snoring. He had a little bit of a snootful of the of what we do here.
A snootful?
Yeah, a little bit of a snootful.
What's
I'm an old
that
man.
mean?
Well, millennial. That is a way of saying that someone.
I don't think that's a millennial thing. I think that's a Pikeville thing.
He's calling you a millennial.
Yeah, I don't think it's because I'm a millennial that I don't know it. I think it's a regional dialect thing that I don't understand.
No, I've heard of it.
A snootful?
And
Yeah.
Rogue Gene. I am tiny only ironically. I am in fact fat.
You're not allowed to talk to the chat yet because we haven't introduced you as the voice of the chat yet.
Oh yeah, hi. I'm the voice of the chat. I'm Tiny Brian. I'm watching you guys in the chat room. I'm logged in as OVW Podcast. And when you guys talk, I am your voice to get to the people who are talking. If you have questions, we may save those to the end. But if you want to make sure that I interrupt the guys immediately in the middle of whatever they're doing, a super chat gets right through.
Yeah.
So come on and jump on in there.
You will interrupt us immediately.
And
with the utmost importance.
And later on in the show, you guys are going to be opening up the vault.
Oh, that's right.
We're going
at the request of the heavyweight champion.
Request is certainly a word for it.
That was a demand.
You know, I
mean, he
thought
had a
that
ball
we,
bat.
I thought we had a great interaction.
Sure.
I thought it was really positive.
I mean, you appear to not have a broken nose.
You know, when a guy with a bat approaches you and you walk away without a broken nose, you're usually leaving in a pretty good situation.
Yeah.
Except for when you pee yourself.
Do we have to talk about that right now?
No, I guess not.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Malachi, edit that out.
We're on a live stream, dude. That doesn't work.
Well, that was a throwback for the real fans.
So we are going back to the big one, 2022, for our watch along this week, where it is a Hell's Gate match, where Cashflow, Dimes,
right,
Crixus, of course,
and Luscious Lawrence
take on the Fallen.
Double L, my big dog.
The full Fallen. No, Amon. This would have been after Amon left the Fallen. So
right.
I'm looking forward to watching it, and we'll have that for you in a bit.
And this is a match too, that was highlighted in Wrestlers on Netflix.
That's right.
Oh, was part of the lead up to this the Halloween Horror Nights that they went through?
Yeah, where Al is like meticulously directing these in like a trailer or something, I believe.
There was a trailer and a school bus and
somebody's house, maybe.
Yeah,
all kinds of other scary places.
Yeah.
But yeah, I love that particular vignette. We're not watching that. We're going. I think we're going straight to the match with this one. But still, it's a pretty good match. I'm looking forward to watching it with you guys.
All right, take us away, Tiny Brian. What's up next? I want you. No, I like.
What am I doing?
I want you to tell us what we're talking
I
about.
think we should ask the chat a question.
Okay.
Okay. What do you got?
How many people in the chat right now are going to be at Davis Arena for homecoming tomorrow night?
Yeah, I see Keith. I'm sure Keith, you'll be there.
Hey, Keith.
We will be there. So
This is the button Keith gave me.
look at that. That is a Keith.
Malachi, can I get my camera?
That is Keitherific.
Just for a couple seconds, Malachi. Yeah. This is the button Keith gave me. Thank you, Keith. And Malachi. So we went to that state fair show.
Yes, Jess McKinney is there. She'll be there.
Okay, great. Is that our
Keith,
our
of course.
friend?
They're all our friends.
They're all our friends.
Okay.
We love you all.
Never mind.
Yes, we did go to the state fair. I tried a little thing I haven't really done much before. I took a few videos as we were going. And Malachi was good enough to piece together a little travel log for us of our
that's
trip
great.
to. So that's the whole first break.
Well, and can I say something that maybe was caught on camera, maybe wasn't? Do you guys ever like make contact with like another mammal or like another like living creature, and you just like understand them and they understand you in like an instant of like, you know, just like eye contact?
Sure.
You know, like sometimes you see a little kid and you're like, I get you because I was you. Or sometimes you see like a bird and you're like, I wish I was you because you're so free. I had this experience with a sheep at the Kentucky State Fair.
Did you wish people would count you when they couldn't sleep?
No, I was on the opposite side, and the sheep turned around and looked at me, and I looked at him, and he was chewing. And it made we had an instant connection. And as I walked around, he watched me the whole time, and he came right up to me and let me pet him until I wanted to leave. Like me and this, I wanted to buy that sheep.
Is it one of the sheep in the sheeping bags?
No, unfortunately. And you can get those. You can get those at sheepingbags.com. But those are the ones that they don't show at the fair.
So those are the no-show sheeping bags.
Yeah, the no-show sheeping bags.
Okay. All right.
I had a blast at the Kentucky State Fair. You know who else had a blast at the Kentucky State Fair? Our new friend.
Oh, Matthew?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll actually see some pictures from Matthew later on. But there was a lot of action that happened at the Kentucky State Fair, and we only happened to see one of the shows. But in the matchups that were there, I think that we saw some things that I'm not saying are going to happen down the road, but if they happen down the road, I wouldn't mind seeing them again. In terms of Will Austin and Dustin Jackson.
Oh, yeah, that was a great match.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Dustin Jackson really showing out that day.
Yeah. Should we tell him who won that match and how?
Go for it.
It was the future Will Austin versus Dustin Jackson. It was a hard-fought match. Dustin Jackson came out on top by disqualification because he was hit by Will Austin with his title belt.
Right. But Dustin Jackson is such a pure baby, like in a way that is like it's like bleached but not bleached because it's never been touched. He just has like a big smile and he's like affable.
It's like the lamb's wool of the sheep
yes,
that you bonded with over the weekend.
There's a world 20, 30 years ago where Dustin Jackson is like the biggest like Southern wrestler at the time. Like, you know, just pretty good looking, has a good drop kick. Like Ricky Morton type.
Yeah.
Really. But we had a blast at the Kentucky State Fair. The wrestlers had a blast. That's where we kind of caught word of this Thursday is going to be such a massive deal, OVW Homecoming.
Yeah, we can't confirm who we spoke to or what they said, but after talking with this person, I am very excited to see what happens tomorrow because it is going to be an action-packed couple of hours, to say the least.
And it's going to be a doozy. Like, there's some tea leaves to be read out there if you want to read them. I'm not going to talk about them here. Text me, whatever, if you want to talk about them. But we're in for a huge night of action, not only because it has to be, but because it has to be because of 7 weeks off, right? We know that.
Oh, yeah.
It always had to be. But there's some external things on top of the 7 weeks off at Davis Arena that have also just made sure that this is a powder keg packed to the brim, ready to blow at OVW Homecoming.
TNT. Dynamite.
Well, seems to me,
It's on TBS now.
you guys know. Wow, that was weird. You guys know that you're the pro wrestling experts, and I'm good at like pushing buttons and being weird. So it seems to me that the last regular episode of a show like OVW, where they have a regular weekly show and then a pay-per-view, that last regular show before the pay-per-view is always something special.
Right.
They try to make those. So combine that with the fact that not only is it the last regular episode before the pay-per-view, but it's also the only episode, the only 2 hours of broadcast OVW that everyone sees, period. Like, the expectations could not be higher.
I'm not even, expectations are one thing, and like expectations are analyzed at a totally different level, but like I'd like to ask the question of pressure right now. Expectations are managed by fans. Pressure is handled by the people putting together the program. Like, they must be under an immense amount of pressure right now.
I'm sure they are. I mean, it's just natural. But, I mean, we all kind of have little contacts with these people all the time now, a year into this. And I tell me what you guys think. I feel like they're handling the pressure pretty well. They seem calm and ready to get to it. What do you guys think?
Yeah, I know everybody's anxious to get back into the swing of things. I know everybody's very excited. After taking 7 weeks off, everybody is chomping at the bit to get back into it and give us a great show tomorrow and an even better show on Saturday.
And Saturday is going to be one for the books, but like we can talk about that later. First off, let's talk about tomorrow, OVW Homecoming. We have some pretty special plans tomorrow. This is actually kind of, I've got to give credit where credit's due. This is your thing.
This is the one thing I wanted to do as soon as we started doing this.
And what is and what is that thing?
I want to tailgate.
And
I want to show up before and have our canopy outside, maybe a karaoke booth, or maybe have some food or something, and just be able to have time to connect with the fans before the show.
And
it's going to be ridiculously hot, though, but I'm sure we'll all have a good time.
But we are doing that, though.
Yes.
We are executing this plan.
This time we are. We will be there early, hanging out in the parking lot, and we can't wait to spend some time with you guys.
In the chat, you tell us turkey burgers or regular burgers, brats or dogs. You tell us what's going on in the chat as far as a little bit of stuff we could throw on the grill.
I might actually have a grill that we may be able to bring with us.
I was just going to ask, do you have some sort of mini grill? Because, I mean,
Of
we
course.
could go out and just buy a bunch of food, but
Listen, there's that Kroger right there next to it. We'll go to
Yeah.
the markdown section. Brian Hines and I are expert markdown scavengers.
Absolutely.
If you ever need a tip, chat, let us know. But me and you live in the markdown section.
And we make food at work almost every single day. Not this week so much because it's been hotter than normal, but yeah, pretty much all the time.
We live in the markdown section, and we're living high on the hog.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
I know how to throw down on a budget.
please, guys, hit us up. You can find us on all the social medias. We will be out at OVW Davis Arena, Hot Point Davis Arena Homecoming tomorrow night, and we might be grilling up a little something and having a little bit of fun. Come out and talk to us tomorrow night.
yeah, we're already getting requests for burgers and hot dogs from Jess McKinney specifically.
Cool.
Looks like we've got several people in the chat room who are saying that they may be able to show up early and spend some time with us.
That'd be great.
That'd be awesome.
We
Hell
may
yeah.
even go live on our own YouTube. You never know.
We may.
And
Fix that
look at him
microphone on that funny thing that you like to carry around.
The gimbal.
We'll go live. Yeah.
Yeah, but
It's not called a gimbal, is it really?
Yeah,
That makes it sound so cute.
it is.
it is cute.
It's a gimbal.
It sounds like
Just like the name of the department store in Elf.
it sounds like a character in The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe.
The lion, the witch, the wardrobe, the gimbal, and the flop.
Yeah, Mr. Gimbal, can you take us to the Queen? She'll give us truffles.
Oh, I love that song in the 90s. Mr. Gimbal.
Mr. Gimbal and me.
Well,
That
now-
one?
No,
No.
that's a different one.
Oh, That's a different Mr. Gimbal?
Gimbal's a very popular name in the 90s, apparently.
Yeah. I never heard it until right now.
But yeah, we're packing up. We're heading out. Hope maybe some stars of the OVW, or we'll get hungry.
Maybe.
Who knows?
Yeah, we'll probably have a cooler because it will be hot. We'll have some music playing one way or another. Come out and see us. And if can't, keep your eye on the YouTubes. Both this one and ours, which is OVW at OVW Podcast. Go follow us there if you're not following us.
Yeah. Radio make radio face. I saw you jump in a short test video we did over the last couple of days and say subscriber. I'm here because I'm a subscriber, or here because I have alerts on, or something to that effect. So thank you for following our regular page and jumping on and talking to us on our weird short little video of Malachi and basically Tiny Brian, the producers arguing. It was a producer argument, not a father and son argument, because I've seen both, and this was a totally different thing.
Fewer swear words in the production and producer and engineer argument than the father-son argument.
Less snark, really, and that's the funny part.
Malachi cusses like a sailor, y'all. It's disturbing.
I know. I rubbed off on him.
All right.
Do we want to throw to break?
Do we want to throw to a tour update?
Yeah, sure.
Because there are still dates on the Dano's National Tour.
I just noticed we're running through some time here.
We are. Wow. Okay.
Every time I have to have these on mic, production meetings with you, I just remember this is what Pat McAfee does on his show too. So it's fine.
Well, you should be standing up then.
And having a football in my hand.
Yeah. Brian, you want to do the tour update for us?
Let's see. Coming up, we've got Homecoming tomorrow at Davis Arena, Hot Point Davis Arena, by the way, for those of you playing along at home.
Congratulations.
OVW pay-per-view. It's OVW Fight Night at Appalachian Wireless Arena in Pikeville, Kentucky. That is August 31st, featuring JBL, Kevin Nash, Victoria, the Boogeyman, and who knows who else might be there. Louisville, Kentucky, September 10th, and that's at Louisville City FC. That is the night of the Luchadors. Georgetown, Kentucky, September 13th at Country Boy Brewing Tap Room. Longport, Indiana, October 4th. That is a free outdoor show. And Rock and Wrestling at Mom's Music in Louisville on October 5th, 2024. You can get tickets for all of these events at OVWTix.com.
And it's important to mention, and I have a question for you before we go. It's important to mention that the Fight Night tickets at Appalachian Wireless Arena in Pikeville are on Ticketmaster.
That's right. You can get those on Ticketmaster.com.
And I wanted to ask you, of all of these special events, let's exclude Fight Night. Of all of these kind of special events that they have popped up over the rest of the calendar year, which one are you most excited to attend so far?
All of them.
All of them?
All of them.
You got to choose one.
I don't have to choose one. I want to do all the things.
Well, there's Night of the Luchadors, and then there's the Rock and Wrestling Night.
For you?
Well, I mean, those are the two. I mean, there's some others that are just wrestling, but those are the two unique kind of special events.
I assume that we are going to try to go to, any of those that we can.
I assume we'll go to both of them.
For me, it's the, and this is no knock on the Rock and Wrestling thing. For me, it's the Luchador Night because I've not been to the football stadium up there yet.
No, it is during the City FC, that Night of the Luchadors. It's at the City.
It's at the soccer game up there.
I get that, but he said it was during the City FC. It's like,
before the City FC. I don't know how soccer works. It may be a
it has three
thing.
periods.
So I don't know how it works, but sometime around it's connected to a game that they're going to do.
All right then.
So.
Carry
I
on.
don't do soccer. They're just starting one here, so.
Yeah, no, I just I have a thing for wrestling in unique venues. And like a soccer stadium, I wonder how they're gonna have it set up, or people can get. I just like I want to see what it's gonna look like.
Is it indoor or outdoor?
It's out. It's a stadium.
Oh, cool.
It's an open air stadium.
Then that one's got.
It's quite a pretty. It's quite a pretty building as well. You can see it when you come into town. If we went through town to get to Davis when we traveled, if we went the other way instead of going this way, we would see it. But yeah, it's quite the pretty building.
Well, all right then.
You know what was an interesting place to have a wrestling match?
The
Kentucky State Fair.
Yeah, it was.
So why don't we take a look at that and go to break, and we'll be back shortly.
All right.
Hey guys. Yeah. Say hi to the fan zone. Turn around. Turn around the other way, maybe. Hey folks, we are here at the fair, but I have no idea where the show is. I'm sort of lost among cows right now. It's weird.
They told me I was going to be in Ohio. That's the only reason I came here. I did not want to be in Louisville. You suck the most. Those fussy suck. But guess what doesn't suck? Scotland! And what is the best thing about Scotland? The Scottish War Machine! Crixus!
Welcome back to the OVW Fan Zone Live. This is where fans talk back. My name is Jackman Oaks.
This is still Brian Hines.
And we've got a couple of pictures to look at really quick, right?
And some thank you
To our new friend
Our new friend Matthew.
Yeah. Matthew, we met at the Kentucky State Fair, which you just saw some highlights from.
Yeah.
During this last break. And he was a super great guy. We got to meet his dad, Mark, right?
Yeah.
I think. I'm so bad with names. But this is something that we want to do. We definitely, Matthew takes some great pictures, so we want to see them here. But anyone that takes pictures, we will share them on our Instagram. We'll share them here in this area on the OVW Fan Zone Live, because this is where fans talk back. So
And sometimes they take pictures and we show them.
So let's see those right here. Are we rolling with that?
All right.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe.
We
All
are.
right.
That's not the right.
Hey, magic screen.
Is it there?
You are.
Hey.
Wait,
Hey, ladies, please.
Magic screen is there. Flip it around. That's not the one they're. The first one is which one, Brian?
There's actually something just added to the card at Fight Night.
The first one I'm looking at
Malachi
is
and
Dustin
Tiny.
Jackson. And
In midair?
No, not that one. He is sitting on the turnbuckle.
Okay, yeah, so it's that one.
Sorry, guys. We're kind of producing in real time, but we want to make sure that we bring you these great pictures that Matthew was kind enough to send to us.
Yes, that is Matthew Berry Photography. M. Berry Photography on Instagram, if I remember right.
Do you have it for sure there?
I can pull it up.
Well,
Yeah,
we'll
Yeah.
make sure we plug it on the way out.
Yeah,
we'll make sure we plug it on the way out.
we'll show these wonderful photos that he got from this past Saturday at the the Kentucky State Fair.
So it's this one right here. Right, guys?
Yes.
Can I see it?
Dustin Jackson, yeah, sitting on the turnbuckle.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
What a great picture.
The next one we've got is a stare down between Jay De Niro and Donovan Cecil.
Oh, two of the biggest men in the locker room there.
That's right.
These look great.
Yeah.
These look great.
He does some great work, man. I'm telling
Yeah.
you.
Well, and he was like, he has a bunch too. You know a talented photographer when he's not willing to show you the ones that aren't good.
Yeah.
You know, like when he's just like, no, this one's where the money's
He
at.
probably took 100, 200 pictures
Yeah,
and sent
yeah.
me like the 10 best.
Yeah, exactly.
So thank you again for that, by the way.
No, man, these
and
are
it was
great.
a pleasure to meet you. And
These
your
are
dad.
great. Actually, I shouldn't be looking at the phone.
Yeah, we should be looking up.
so I can keep kayfabe. I should be looking up
Yeah.
here, right?
So the next one we've got a great shot of Dustin Jackson right after he came to the ring.
Oh, let me see that one.
Is that right?
Yeah. Because he ain't got his shirt off yet.
Yeah, that's right.
Looking like an athlete, Dustin Jackson. Gee whiz.
Ripped.
Whenever he came out or after the matches, he just kept saying, "I'm so sorry about my eye. I'm so sorry about my eye." I didn't even notice it until he brought it up.
No, I didn't either.
I think he might have taken a hard one and gotten hit or something. It looks,
He took a bump.
yeah. It looks looking at it here in this high photo quality that Matthew was able to take. I can see a little bit of a bruise, but I didn't notice it in person really.
No, I didn't either. Let's see. Next, we've got Beaches and Cream. Omar Amir's getting ready.
Those guys.
Yeah, those guys. We're going to have a talk with those guys
Yeah,
before too long.
I know. The time has come.
You guys hear me? Omar, Lawrence, we're gonna have a talk here pretty
The
soon.
time has come.
So have your people call my people, all right? Okay.
No bar talk.
Yeah. No. We got that one?
Yeah, it's
okay.
up there.
Let's see. The second one in that series.
Oh wow, yeah.
The one where he's in midair.
Yep.
It's a Dudley's ass accent shot here.
I'm a little bit older, so I was going to go with. It kind of reminds me of the Road Warriors.
The Road Warriors, yeah. That is, if I had ever talked to them before, I might have suggested one of their nicknames could be the Load Warriors.
Yeah.
But I've never really talked to them before.
No, that never happened. Next one we got is Will Austin midair. You guys got that one?
You know, I love me
I
some
don't
Will
think we
Austin.
have that one, actually. I think we just got 4 of those.
Really?
Yeah, I'm not sure what happened there.
Oh
that's
no.
Oh man. Okay, there were 2 more with Will Austin and Dustin Jackson. We'll have to post those in the fan zone later.
You know what? We'll post them in the fan zone. You have access to that?
I can do
You
it right
have
now.
access to the Instagram?
Yeah.
How about you cross-post
post them
both
on-
of those?
Yeah, put them on our Instagram.
Put as many.
I will work in real time while we're talking about stuff.
please do that. Please do that.
All right.
Meanwhile, why don't we go? Do we want to get to predictions, or we do want to do the watch along
Let's
first?
do predictions. We haven't done predictions in a long time, and I haven't even looked at the sheet yet. So I'm ready.
I really want like a little video to run here, like predictions. So I am going to be making notes here, and you guys are going to be able to earn both points for I got it right, and points for I got it wrong. We're not going to go like you lose points if you get it right and gain points. We're just going to do I got it right points and I got it wrong points.
Can I ask a question?
Sure.
Can I get like extra points if I make some like a multiplier bonus on a pinball machine? If I just
if you make an outlandish.
Yes.
Well, if you do, you can, but there are potential consequences if you don't.
I'm ready for that.
So we will talk. We're just kind of figuring out how to expand this
Openly
into more of a game.
for the one for the host here that wasn't raised Catholic. I'm the one that has been openly trying to get punished on this thing. I think that punishing your host is like the funniest thing that you could possibly do on the internet.
And Catholic guilt is punishment enough.
I'm like a generation like away from it, so I have like a little bit of it. And maybe I have to do it in public humiliation instead.
That's probably got something to do with it, yeah.
I think we might be the only wrestling podcast thing that openly makes Catholic jokes all the time.
Catholic.
So let's put the first match up here on the big window for you. There it is. That is Tony Evans with Jay De Niro. This is at Fight Night.
Okay.
No, our
sure?
first one's here from Fight Night. This is a Saturday night.
Okay.
This is Tony Evans
Hard
with
subject
Jay De
to
Niro
change on everything we see here.
versus. Do you want to start? With Homecoming? We can start with
I
Homecoming.
think we
no,
should
no.
start with Homecoming.
Okay, let's pull that down.
And then we'll talk about Homecoming and we'll do predictions for Fight Night.
I just show up and put on a jacket and talk until the timer says it's not to.
All right, so our first Homecoming match. You're right, Brian. I got a little ahead of myself. There on the magic window now is a number one contenders match for the OVW Women's Championship.
Okay.
10 contenders. Ellie, you can see them there listed on your notes. We do have our Tiffany, who has been sort of the contender for it, but a whole bunch of other women. One that
3 wild cards, is that right?
I don't know if they're wild cards. There's
Mystery competitors?
mystery
Ladies?
Yeah. I know, but
That's my favorite Beyonce song.
Yeah.
So what do you all think? Who is going to come? Who do you think is going to come out ahead in this?
It's anybody's guess, man. That's a tough field. I mean, from what we do know, we've got Dream Girl Ellie, Ladybird, La Princesa, Tiffany Nieves, Freya, the return of Shalance, which I am stoked for.
Love
Yes.
it. Can't wait to
And-
catch up, Shalante.
And Helica Risk.
And Haley.
Haley, yeah.
Haley's in the middle of the graphic there. So.
Last but certainly not least.
All right, so
Speaking of Shalance, happy late birthday to PJ Jones, by the way.
Yes.
really happy late birthday.
Happy enough.
He's contractually obligated to wish him a happy birthday.
Yeah, I will be in litigation if I don't.
Remember when he tried to screw us over on this contract for this show?
Yeah.
That was he thought we were rubes. You know, this isn't our regular show. This is usually the time where I would get a little analytical. I'm not going to do that here. I'm just going to give you an answer. It's Freya.
Interesting.
That's too tough to call, man. I don't know. Do I have to pick somebody?
Well, I mean, you're a free person in this United States. You don't have to do anything, but it sort of defeats my game if you don't.
I'm going to go with Tiffany then.
If Lady Bird is coming back, then I would love to see that. Like, Lady Bird is one of my favorite performers.
Well, where's Sophia Rose in this mix?
The other American Sweetheart.
Yeah.
Honestly, just glad to see Lady Bird brought back in a match like this because she's great in these like big person matches. She's like so athletic and so likable. But you bring her back in a match like this, she makes an impression, and then she goes back to tagging with Sophia Rose, and no one skipped a beat. That would be my guess, right? Chat, if you disagree with me, let me know.
Yeah, we want to hear your all's pick. Who do you think's going to win this huge Royal Rumble? They actually called it a Royal Rumble. I'm not sure if we should call it a Nightmare Rumble or what we should do.
The Oil Ray Umble Ray. But yeah, if you're in chat, let us know what you think. Keith, I want to hear your opinion. Radio McRadio Face, you too. I know you're out there.
I don't want to hear Keith's opinion because it's going to be right and I'm going to be wrong. And then he's going to tell me I told you. No, Keith's not that kind of guy.
No.
I'm just kidding. I'm just
All
kidding.
right, let's move along to the to a tag championship match on Thursday.
You ready to write this down? Because I've been cooking on this one over here.
Okay. This is, you want to set it up and tell them what we're actually talking about, who these competitors
Tustin
are?
Chains versus the Revolution this time in the form of Dalton McKenzie and AJZ. Dalton McKenzie and AJZ win. Take the tag titles into that 10-man rumble. But this is the impetus for TW3 and Donovan Cecil, the Mammoth, Kentucky's strongest man himself, to enter that 10-man cage match as well. And if you go back in our archives, did I not predict that 2 weeks ago?
I mean, who knows? Time's been a void all this summer.
I said, how much fun would it be? I think I literally said this. Those titles deserve, at a big-time event like this, those titles deserve a tag team match, a traditional tag team match. But the right move, the fun move, would be to get TW3 and Donovan Cecil in the cage. And I think that this match puts Donovan Cecil and TW3 in the cage.
All right. Well, we know they're going to be in the cage. Spoiler alert.
So do I get like a 5 times multiplier?
Now you get to stop a minute and let's hear what Hans has to say. Hans.
I don't see Tustin Chains losing tomorrow.
Okay. I love it when you guys don't agree.
Although I would not be surprised if the Revolution won the match due to outside interference. Although I also would not be surprised if they were disqualified for outside interference. It's not going to be 2-on-2.
But you think that it's going to be a situation where title doesn't change hands?
I don't believe it does now.
And you, Chapman, you do believe the title is going to change hands?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, and I just read through the notes. This is why I like to do the predictions in real time. But I see that they're already in the cage. But this is the I called it 2 weeks ago.
See, Jackman's not on social media, so he doesn't know these posters have been out for a couple of days.
No,
either.
I like when I come in here, I like to give my honest, real-time feedback on the things as I hear them, the same way any fan would.
And that is all that we have for Fight Night. I'm sure we're going to be stacked with matches, but I'm sure all of them have implications for Saturday, so we don't know what they are yet.
So let's start off at the OVW Fight Night.
Yep.
At least what we know so far.
Right. So we start with Tony Evans with, of course, Jay De Niro versus a returning Ryan Von Rocket.
It is about time.
Yeah, we've missed you, Ryan. Even though the poster over your head there does actually say a different last name for Ryan, that's just misinformation. That's some foreign government trying to mess
Ryan,
things up.
how did we screw that up?
Yeah, good question.
Hey, there he is.
Yeah.
I've been waiting on you all night.
Oh, okay. So let's start with Brian. Brian, break this down for us and tell me who you think's got it.
Between Tony Evans and Ryan Von Rocket?
Mm-hmm.
I think it's going to be a rockin' night.
Okay, I love it.
Going to rock this town. Rock it inside out.
I think Tony Evans, like the best heel to introduce to a new audience. I think that Ryan Von Rocket is like strangely like the best babyface to introduce to a new audience, given that in Davis Arena you still have people when he's trying to get the rock and roll chant going, they go sucks, rock and roll sucks. Like for some reason,
they like country?
There's a group of people in Davis Arena that still don't like Ryan Von Rocket, still don't like Ryan Howe. But if this is like opening match fodder, coming out, having Tony Evans hush everybody, having Tony Evans hush an epic guitar solo from Ryan Von Rocket.
I've seen this matchup at the Manchester, and if it's going to be Superior Tony Evans and the power of the hush versus Ryan Von Rocket and that cranking guitar, Ryan Von Rocket's going to shut him up just like he did last time because it was epic. And people of Pike County, if you are not familiar with Ryan Von Rocket, get ready to be super comfortable with glitter.
And some screaming rock and roll.
Yeah.
I mean, Pike County, Pike County loves a guitar solo.
And you could probably hear it everywhere up and down the holler.
That's very true.
Yeah.
So, Jackman, are you with Brian and saying that Ryan is going to pull this out, or do you think Tony's going to make him hush?
Yeah, I'm thinking it's Ryan Von Rocket.
Makes sense.
Let me check something real quick.
What are we checking? He's going to the
He's going to the vinyl
he's
section.
going to the vinyl section of the studio.
You see that, kids? Can't stop the rock, and you never will.
That's very true.
So
that is a strong argument on behalf of Behinds.
What happened to our belt?
It's back there.
yeah, it's back there.
Did it fall? Because it was.
It fell when I went to the rock and roll section of the vinyl collection.
So it literally just now.
It literally just fell.
I was gonna say I don't want to think I'm going crazy in here.
Right. And then next up is Beaches and Cream versus Super Z and Mahabali Shira at Fight Night. So
Another instance of cards subject to change.
Here's my thing with poor Super Z in that match.
Elaborate. Say more.
He's gonna get absolutely brutalized because it's a tables thing, and
Oh yeah.
and he's the MVP there.
Oh yeah, he's probably gonna meet a table maybe more than one. Is that what we're thinking?
Yeah, that's kind of what I'm getting at. But you know what? I think for the character going through a few tables, and then you get like a Hulk up spot, right?
Oh yeah, I definitely think everybody from Pikeville is going to be saved by the power of Super Z.
Yeah, you get like he goes through he goes 1, 2, he gets beat up. You know, he's taking the Doomsday device, whatever they call it, and he keeps getting back up.
I'm pretty sure that Sheer is going to throw him 50 feet straight through Beaches and Cream at some point.
I think we're gonna see a double choke slam from Shira.
That could be.
Dude, I'm telling you, if I'm trying to figure out just how bad these consequences are the first week, and then I'll never play with them ever again. This is how I've gotten through my entire life.
All right. So what was the prediction? I'm sorry.
Double choke slam from Shira.
So you think we'll have a double choke slam from Shira?
Yeah, I'm taking these prop bets at this point.
I haven't even worked out a system for how to deal with them, and you're already stressing the system.
Chop.
I just watched Uncut Gems recently.
All right. Double choke slam from Shira by Jackman. So who do you think's going to win the match?
Beaches and Cream.
Super Lions.
Okay.
Is that what they're calling them?
That's what I called him. I predict double cheeseburger, by the way.
All right. So Brian, you have Super Z and Shira.
Is that
Beaches and Cream for Jackman?
Is that your prediction for what you're gonna have that evening at Appalachian Wireless Arena?
At some point on that Saturday, yeah, there's
I would
probably going to
bet.
be a double cheeseburger involved. Yeah.
Let's talk about what the chat room's saying.
Let's go for it.
yeah.
I'd love to.
So,
Hello, chatters.
Matthew Berry on the tag team championship, he says that he takes AJZ.
Oh.
And I assume McKenzie is. It'd be cool if AJZ just sort of did it on his own for the tag. I think you guys.
Good to hear from you, Matthew. Thanks for coming. Thanks for coming out tonight.
That's our friend?
Yeah.
Oh, hey Matthew. Hey brother.
I just shared a couple of your photos in the fan zone, and I'll share the rest here in a little bit after the show.
And on Instagram as well.
Yeah.
Make sure
one
he's
thing at a
tagged.
time. You're technologically like here, Brian's like up here, and I'm like, I'm still kind of like old man, get off my lawn as far as that goes, but I'm making progress.
So, Alex Slavinsky says Tony Gunn is our hero. We all love Tony Gunn. Again, that's what that particular person said.
I've got some jokes, but none of them are wrestling related, strangely enough.
Jess McKinney says Evans over Rocket,
All right.
which is a bold choice.
Yeah,
and
Jay De Niro's actually gonna if Evans goes over Rocket that night, and it's like, especially if it's like the first match, Jay De Niro's really gonna be doing his job that night. He's really gonna be a bodyguard that night.
Yeah.
He'll have to be. Yeah, I guess I see where you're
There's
coming
gonna
from.
be some four horsemen at the Omni stuff going on.
Matthew also wondered if Crystal and Katie, if we think they will be back with Ryan.
No, I really, really, really want to continue to see Crystal with Beaches and Cream. I think that is the cherry on top of Beaches and Cream's whole package.
What do you think, Brian?
What's the question? Do I
Crystal
think
and
they will
Katie.
be there?
Yeah.
Given that Crystal's the valet for Beaches and Cream these days, I'm going to say she's probably going to hang with them, but I wouldn't be surprised if we saw Katie Gannon accompany Ryan Von Rocket to the ring. But I don't know.
Yeah.
Just speculation on my part, and I'm just a dude on the internet.
Aren't we all?
I'm just a dude. I'm just a girl. Oh, little on me. Right?
No.
That's my favorite Ashley Simpson song.
That is not an Ashley Simpson song.
It's my favorite whole song.
That was a Bart
That's
Simpson
also
song.
not a whole song.
I love
it's just a
CNC
part of the
Music
song.
Factory.
That's not even the right genre.
90s kids, only 90s kids would get this.
That was my second concert.
CNC Music Factory?
Yes.
How was it? Gloria Estefan?
Ear splitting.
Gloria Estefan
It was
there?
CNC Music Factory. They were the headliners.
Okay.
Opener, Tara Kemp, who had one song that I can't remember. And the middle,
Tara Kemp.
the middle was Gerardo, Rico Suave himself.
That song played here today.
Did play here today, and did you know that he's a preacher in Kentucky now?
Ashland, yes.
BluegrassHomefront.com.
Nope.
Do we have anything else from the chat?
We have. Let's get. Yeah, we've. Let's see. Somebody's making things about Jesse Goddard's. Evan, Z and Shira over Beaches and Cream, says Jess. And then let's get to our last match here that we have to predict, which is the Lethal Lockdown Cage match. Team OVW versus the Revolution.
It's going to be tough. I'm not saying this under duress by any stretch of the imagination.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he was
But,
just here.
Might still be here.
Revolution is probably gonna win.
Listen, I'm going to take the Revolution here because you're going to have 4,000. You're going to have 8,000 eyes walk out of there with all of the heat in the world. I'm going to take the Revolution here.
Sounds like somebody gets some Visine.
Well, I mean, we can certainly hope that's not what happens. I think I sense your fear. I do think that if the Revolution wins this match, things go from bad to worst for Al Snow. Because, this may get them access to the locker room, get them back fully backstage where they can wreak who knows what kind of havoc.
And if that's the case, they can, conceivably even, get some Wix Pizza from the concession stand. Can we have that? I mean,
tomorrow we can definitely have it.
No. If they win at fight night and they're back in the locker room, they can conceivably eat whatever we eat from the concession stand.
And they don't even have to pay for it.
Yeah, and that means that it's going to be harder to get a slice of Wix Pizza.
Yeah, so the
topped with
consequences.
Dano's toppings.
The consequences are everywhere. So
I think that coming off of literally 2 months of no TV, having them win the tag titles on Thursday night, come out of that 10-man cage match as the victor, it's gonna pull you right up to that top of the hill on that proverbial roller coaster and give you that momentum that you so badly need. And that is my prediction. The Revolution, under no duress, I loved how you put it like that, the Revolution win Saturday night, OVW Fight Night, Appalachian Wireless Arena, Ticketmaster.com. So before we jump into
it's 5 minutes to 8. So
no, I know. I was going to make a concession for you and for the fans here.
Right.
And for you, my co-host, my colleague, my friend. if you join us at some point this week on our YouTube page, OVW Podcast, we will do a watch along of this match.
Yes, we'll do it on a separate video on ours. So go follow us over there.
And we will re-show for all of those that cannot join us on that venue or cannot find our page or aren't subscribed to us yet. We will show that next week here on this space.
Yeah, we have to do it because
Crix has told us.
I'm afraid he's going to come to my house at night if we don't.
I think I'm pretty well safe, but I don't think I can speak for everybody else.
All right, let's quickly do the calendar. Tomorrow, OVW Homecoming, Hot Point Davis Arena. We are back.
OV-Dub.
7 p.m. If you don't have your tickets, you aren't getting any. They are gone. But watch it on YouTube. Watch it on Fight Night. Watch it on Fight TV. Watch it wherever you watch it. It's going to be exciting. Saturday night, pay-per-view.
It's
tickets.
called Triller now.
Triller. I thought. Oh yeah, I guess they did change the name.
That's like the MJ album from the 80s, right?
Because this is Triller. Triller was fight. Anyway, Saturday night pay-per-view. OVWTix.com. You can get your pay-per-view stream. If you can't make it to Pikeville, which I don't understand why you couldn't. It's so close. But come to Pikeville. Hang around. Do some exploring of the amazing Appalachian Mountains around there. And Sunday night, or actually Saturday morning as you're driving to Pikeville, we will have a treat for you. We are going to be covering what happens tomorrow night, and it will be in your podcast feed on Saturday morning for the trip to Louisville.
Very interesting.
So you guys sort of agreed, so now I've put you on the spot. Sunday we'll be talking about
that's just good
Fight Night, and that's what will be out on Monday. And then Tuesday is Overdrive, hopefully a brand new Overdrive. Wednesday, we're back here for another episode of OVW Fan Zone Live.
Where
fans talk back.
Card subject to change.
All right.
Tiny Brian.
Yep. The OVW Fan Zone Live, where fans talk back, is produced by Blacklight Moon Productions at Nuthouse Studios in Lexington, Kentucky. In association with Gladiator Sports, the OVW Podcast broadcast team is Jackman Oaks and Brian Hines. Our studio engineer and editor is Malachi Woodard. Executive producer is Tiny Brian K. Woodard. Senior producer for The Blimp is Victor Anderson. On Monday morning, catch the OVW Podcast, where we break down every episode of the OVW Rise. And Friday mornings, catch me and Victor and our coverage of OVW Overdrive, which should return this week. After watching wrestlers on Netflix, visit ovwpodcast.com/podcasters to find all episodes of the Unofficial Wrestlers After Show. Be sure to subscribe where you get your podcasts. Rate us 5 stars. Give us a review. Subscribe to us on YouTube at OVW Podcast. Give us a like.
It really helps.
And like this broadcast if you haven't already. And you can follow us at OVW Podcast on Facebook, Instagram, X, Threads,
TikTok,
all the way back
to Davis Arena.